There are stories older than language, tales that echo across every civilization, carrying the same heartbeat, the same message, spoken through different gods, heroes, and creatures. They are not entertainment, they are blueprints. And if you listen closely, mythology is not about gods at all. It's about you, your fears, your falls, your search for meaning, your quiet awakening. Because the heroes, the monsters, the gods, they are symbols of the battles that happen within the human soul. Every myth tells the same story. The story of how a person becomes real. Level 1. The call. Every myth begins with a calling. A whisper that says, "There's more to life than this." It's the voice that called Siddhartha out of his palace, that pushed Odysseus to the sea, that made Thor lift his hammer not for glory, but to protect what he loved. And maybe you've heard that same whisper. It often arrives disguised as restlessness. You can't quite explain it. Your life looks fine, but something feels off, like there's a deeper truth just beneath the surface. The world calls this discontent a problem. Myth calls it the beginning. Because every hero's journey starts with a discomfort, a realization that the life you built no longer fits the person you're becoming. At this level, life tests your willingness to leave what's familiar, to step beyond the walls of certainty and walk into the wild unknown. You begin to see that the ordinary world isn't ordinary at all. It's a training ground. Every argument, every failure, every ache is a messenger trying to wake you up. This is when life whispers, "You were never meant to stay in the village forever." The first act of courage is not to fight dragons. It's to listen to that voice and to answer. Level 2, the descent. The descent is where most turn back, because now the hero must go inward. Every mythology describes this fall. Orpheus enters the underworld for love. Inanna, the Sumerian goddess, descends through 7 gates, shedding a part of herself at each one. Christ walks into the wilderness. Arjuna stands trembling on a battlefield of his own kin. The descent is symbolic. It's the moment life strips away everything false. Your ego, your control, your illusions of safety. You lose the job, the relationship ends. The people who once understood you no longer do. Your plans collapse, it feels like failure. But this is where transformation actually begins, because in mythology, the underworld is never punishment, it's purification. Down here, there's no mask left to wear. You see your fear, your jealousy, your doubt. You realize the real enemy was never outside of you. This is the phase most people resist, because it hurts. But that pain is sacred. It's your soul's way of saying you are shedding what you are not. The descent breaks you open so something new can enter. So when you find yourself in darkness, confused, lost, uncertain, remember this: you are not dying. You are descending. You are being reformed into something truer. Level 3. The awakening. Every myth reaches a turning point, a moment of light inside the darkness. That's where wisdom enters. In Greek myth, Hermes, the messenger of gods, brings insight to the traveler. In Hindu stories, Krishna speaks the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, awakening him to a higher truth, that real action comes from stillness. And in Norse legends, Odin hangs himself from the world tree for 9 nights, only to awaken with the knowledge of runes, symbols of divine truth. Awakening happens when you stop trying to fix your life and begin to see it. When you stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What is this teaching me?" This is the level where the hero discovers that the journey was never about conquering the world, it was about mastering the self. You begin to understand, peace is not found by controlling your surroundings. Peace begins when you no longer need to. In this phase, the world might still look the same, but your perception changes. The same storms that used to terrify you now test your strength. The same silence that once scared you now feels sacred. You stop chasing happiness, and instead you cultivate stillness. This awakening isn't dramatic. It's subtle, quiet, like the way dawn creeps over the horizon. But it changes everything. You stop identifying as the hero struggling through life and start realizing you are life itself, experiencing its own story through you. Level 4. The return. Every mythology ends with return, but the return is not a rewind, it's a rebirth. After descending into the dark and awakening in the light, the hero returns home, not to the same world, but to a new understanding of it. Think of Buddha returning to teach after enlightenment. Think of Odysseus coming home wiser, humbled, knowing what truly matters. Think of the phoenix, reborn from its ashes, not as who it was, but as who it became. This is the final level of wisdom, integration. You bring back what you found in solitude and share it with the world, not through preaching, but through presence. You begin to live differently. You speak less, but mean more. You no longer chase what drains you. You don't need to prove, to fight, to win, because you've already met yourself. The return is not about escaping society, it's about bringing consciousness into it. You become the calm in the chaos, the still point in the storm. You become, in mythic terms, a living temple, someone whose presence reminds others that there is another way to be. You start to realize that life isn't linear, it's cyclical. After one journey ends, another begins. The hero becomes the teacher becomes the myth. And that's how wisdom survives, not through words, but through living examples. The hidden 5th level, the silence. Mythology ends in silence. After the battles, the triumphs, the awakenings, there's always stillness. Because true wisdom isn't loud. When you reach this stage, you no longer need to label or define. You stop searching for meaning because you are the meaning. You understand that every heartbreak, every storm, every fall was simply life guiding you home. And from that stillness, you see that mythology was never about ancient gods at all. It was always the mirror of your own becoming. Closing voice. So maybe, the next time life breaks your plans, when you lose something you thought you couldn't live without, remember, you're not failing. You're crossing a threshold. The world calls it chaos. Myth calls it initiation. Because in truth, you're not just living a story, you are becoming the story. And the universe has been waiting for you to remember who you are.